teeth.
Excuse me, I gotta get this off your teeth.
Yeah, well, convenience store,
Merry
gummy
Christmas.
bears. I need to make sure that this is at the right, because it's all about the angles, y'all.
Like maybe forward.
Possibly. I mean, it looks okay.
It does look good.
I mean, we just look tired, which we are always tired. Well, tired today.
Well, we had a pretty busy day today.
We did.
What's up, people?
The stuff that we got was really cool, and I'll show it in a little bit, but yeah, I know, maybe I need to do it like this. We got,
I'm just sitting back a little
we
bit.
got, is that it? We got things like, it was the chicken coop theme.
And
So,
this,
yeah, so he got some,
I'll show them. Yeah,
hold
I
on,
will.
no, let me show you what it is. It's the, what was the name of the overalls? Carhartt. Carhartt overalls. And I got like galoshes or whatever. It was really cool. And then a chicken sign, but we'll show that in a little bit.
Hey, Michaela. I haven't seen Michaela in a hot minute.
Oh, it's coming up. Not good.
It isn't?
No, it is. It's coming up on here. It's, I don't know if it's, hey, Michaela. I know it's delayed on one of them, either your phone or
Oh, this is always a little slower right
Okay. Hey,
Always a little bit.
Seabreeze, how are you?
Hey, Seabreeze. Merry Christmas. Here, I'll let you see that.
Oh, no, you're good. So Angela's in here. Hello, Angela. And Let It Go. Sawyer, he's here somewhere.
I'm gonna get him.
He's bouncing
He's
around.
gonna get bored and come over here in a minute.
Hey, Presley. So I'm going to
There he is.
recircle back to it. It's not going to be a huge topic because really it's not that interesting, but there was a screenshot posted on my Twitter of a Facebook conversation that was held between the ex Clint and Angela. And Angela's right here. No
Angela.
problem admitting to it. And it's not a huge topic for this, but they're valid. She thought he had the right to know that all of his stuff was being put on the internet. So, hey, Casey. So that's who, when she posted it, she's not hiding behind it. So it was her. I wouldn't have done it because, well, we wouldn't have done it because we don't care enough to do it. But I do think it's funny.
And just, you can pass this along to Clint, Angela. He's in phase L. Mm-hmm. They've moved out of phase H and he's into phase L.
Got a ways to go.
With a ways to go.
We got a ways to go.
He needs to hope. And if a Clint there, I would have paid for the wedding. I would have paid for the wedding. So I mean, there's no hard feelings
old
there.
boy's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this one.
Is this for real? Yeah,
No,
boy.
no, it's for real.
It's for real.
It don't get much more real
Get ready.
than that.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
So anyway, that's who that's with, and she has no problem. He had the right to know that he's being doxxed left, right, and center, right, for everyone in God to see. I mean,
Hey, Trash Raven, Felice, come here.
he's gonna be a silly boy. I am gonna try to make this. I think maybe. Okay, let's try this, and then I'll catch back up. There he is. He got a toy from there. That's better.
That's it.
He got
He
a
his
toy from Grandma. Show
Say
him.
hi to everybody.
He got a little gingerbread man. Oh, he says that's his.
That's his. We're gonna go that down.
And he got groomed yesterday. Y'all haven't seen him since he got groomed. It's just begun, right? Let it go.
We should sing the song. It's only just begun.
Right. When you talk about levels, there's also more of a numerical level system. It really just depends on how you learn statistically which one you use. But he's on 42 out of 100.
Yeah.
And if you look at it a different way, level 42 out of 100. And so he's got a ways to go. He's hanging in. He's definitely hanging in there. But yeah, you've got a ways to go. So get ready to look behind you, my friend.
I saw a Twitter what did he say? He said that
He's like, dude,
I can't. Where she said, you said I couldn't be around your friends, and he's right.
He's
I can't
like,
bring you around
can't.
my friends.
And said that
it's
she couldn't move in with anyone.
No,
She
the
has
thing, when you have somebody that just cannot assimilate to society with any group of people, it doesn't matter. I'll make a 30-second commentary on it. I always kept my mouth shut during this whole thing when everybody was saying, oh, this one looks good and she's moved on and blah, 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 and this and that. I always said, no, it's only a matter of time. You can't really say anything to make yourself look anything but bad, but it's like, I guess this is where I said I told you so,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, putting all the pictures out and stuff like that when she said she wouldn't, it's part of the smear campaign and he's just getting into it.
Yes, Trash Raven, Sawyer Brown did get his Christmas haircut yesterday.
He was very, very handsome.
We were very, very handsome and we were very generous. His hair cutter's name is Nicole, and she does a really good job, so.
He's so cute. He heard his name, so now he's looking or whatever. But
They're talking about you, buddy.
We wanted to also show like some of the stuff that we got because it is really cute. Hey, Colleen.
Hey, some people we haven't seen in
I'm jacking the Carhartt overalls and wearing it with a small
I'm gonna show 'em real quick.
black baby doll T-shirt with my galoshes, and we're gonna do like
y'all.
a simple life thing here. Many have to warn dudes. Yeah, you until you get involved with the beast, you don't know.
And there's nothing that
And
I
there's-
can say or anyone can say.
Nope.
It just makes you look bad if you say anything. But what do you think, people?
They're Carhartt overalls
I got these for Christmas. It was the chicken coop,
theme.
the chicken coop theme.
Aren't they just adorable? They'll look real cute with a black tank top or
I
something.
think she'll look cute on.
I'm
look
gonna
cute
wear
on
it.
her.
And then my they haven't delivered the coop yet though. We may have been conned. No, I'm just kidding. We
know.
weren't. Hold on. These are so cute.
I got this Georgia sweatshirt from my brother. Go Dogs.
Hold on, I want to knock it over. I'm trying my best.
The whole bag is cute too.
Okay, yeah, I'll show you.
Okay.
This so they're like what do you call them? Shit kickers.
Shit kickers. Well, yeah,
And-
but they're real like galoshes, like rain
Yeah,
galoshes.
and they got chickens on them. How adorable is that? So they have chickens on them, and then the overalls that I'm gonna take from him, and the other thing. Oh, it's bouncing. The sign. I don't remember seeing the sign since we left. The chickens are peckers sign.
Oh, it's here.
Okay. So, I didn't see it though, babe.
Yeah, I did. I brought it in this right here.
Okay,
Let's see.
there it is. Let me hold it. Yeah. There you go. Warning. Don't make the chickens angry. They can be real peckers. We're gonna put that on the outside of the fence. Is that just the cutest? We thought it was funny that that's what everybody was thinking about. My husband went through an overall phase, then they disappeared. We were talking about that too, Lavender. If you've ever slipped a piece of your husband's clothing in the trash can when he wasn't paying attention because you just had to get it out of the wardrobe, but you couldn't
You don't ever really notice when they're gone.
and you weigh it, you say, okay, will they just look for it for like 20 minutes and be done? Are they going to tear apart the house? Or, whatever. And so,
It's normally months later when we
yeah.
even know that they're missing.
so that's how that goes. I only did it with those, I think it was like a pair of, I don't remember what it was. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
It's plugged in though.
Is that charged?
Yeah, hold on guys. I'm going to try to make sure well, if not, we'll just plug it in,
Yeah.
but that should be better. Because that means it's on, right?
That means it's on. It should.
Okay, well, let's see. Hopefully it doesn't go down again or we'll plug it in. But, yeah, see, people have done it. It's one of those things that you, see it and you're like, well, and you feel bad doing it. Yeah, no, they disappeared, right? But sometimes the ones that you're looking for, I don't know what they are. It was only one thing that I did that too, but he will, if it's something he likes to wear, he'll turn his whole apartment upside down.
You have a very
Thank
good
you, Michaela.
Christmas too, look, Michaela.
Yeah, we're getting chickens. The chicken coop is supposed to be delivered here in the next couple of weeks. They put it together on site. We put a fence around it.
I think it's put together and they just bring it on a truck.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
I think that's
We
what they
picked
do,
the
and they just
colors
lift
for
it off with a forklift.
Oh, okay. Hopefully that's what they do.
Yeah.
So now your mom bought that stuff though, because I said when we did the chicken coop, remember I was like, I'm gonna have to get some cute overalls and boots and things like that, so we can do like a simple life kind of a thing.
I like how the whole bag is got chickens on it.
I forgot to show that.
You gotta see the bag. A country lady, I think I'm gonna get 6. 1 rooster and 5 hens, I think.
Isn't that cute? And then we're going to a family reunion in the Outer Banks this summer. So she gave the daughter-in-laws like Vera Bradley cosmetic bags. And the sunblock is because we're going to be staying on the beach. But for real, I've wanted this for a really long time. It's from the Vera Bradley outlet. And you can also like hang it like in the closet and stuff. If you'll go to my website, hadnt.
Oh my God. Country lady said I had 4 chickens. I'm at 14. I know.
You said that's what happened.
It does happen. That's because it's a lot like other animals. They start off small and cute, then they grow up, and then you want the small ones. But I'm trying to decide.
You like that, Angie?
I'm gonna get a little incubator because they're pretty inexpensive, and get fertilized eggs and incubate them and hatch them, or if we're just gonna, I have a hard time with them being shipped in the mail. I just don't like it.
They were saying the neighbors are gonna love that. And here's the funny thing, we don't have neighbors very close, and to be honest, I don't think they care. But the ones behind us over thank you, Presley. Oh, she's like, I do, I'm gonna chug the rest of it in a second.
Drink it, mama.
Over the woods, there's a rooster.
Probably about less than 100 yards, about 100 yards.
He hates my voice. Whenever I talk, it starts its crowing, and if
So
if it hears me a lot, it'll do it back to back to back, and then finally, I think someone puts it inside or something.
You
But
hear
it'll
it
just
like,
be sitting there, ah, 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 ah.
and then all of a sudden,
Yeah,
like,
then you
like
hear
someone like grabs it and puts him up.
He hates my voice. He hates it. So yeah, that situation.
I heard that, Lavender.
You give someone enough rope.
They said if you put some mint in around the cage, it'll keep the insects down.
I like the way that smells too. Mint.
Yeah, I mean, it is true. The thing that and Mandy will make sure of this, trust me, guys, that I stay on top. You got to change the hay like every 4 or 5 days. You got to change the hay out.
I think it'll be fun.
It will, but what I'm saying is you won't let me get behind on that because she's a clean person, guys. I mean, the litter box every day, which, I mean, you think that's odd. It's not. You should do it, but some people don't. They might do it every 2 or 3 days. She's pretty much on it. We have 3 cats now, so you got to.
I just think that's cruel when you're lazy and you don't do the litter box. I mean, the ones that are like really are the cats because they got to climb in that barely anyway. So I do it because I'm like, if I had to use a provided receptacle, that's why I like the toilet flushed. I don't want to.
Well, you said no hay, but what I have, it's going to be like it's a house. So whatever I put on the floor of the house, and then the hen house, and then the bottom of the hen house, there's like there's a long slat that's about 3 inches high, and it just lifts right up, and I can just sweep out the side of the hen house. So I might, well, if you say, okay, she says use pine shavings. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll,
you can't with small animals. You can't use pine. It's bad for the respiratory system.
Well, I mean, I think why not hay though? No more morning glories. They will get.
Oh, and it could kill them. Hey, Virtual, how are you? I've always heard that about pine shavings and
Virtual Asylum. Hey.
What are you doing?
Is that the little guy?
That's a little kitten. He'll come over in a second.
We have 3 cats now. 3 of them.
They're cute.
My favorite is who?
Causes mold. Eleanor.
I like Eleanor. You know,
Eleanor
our little
adores
calico?
him too.
We have a little calico, and she just kind of comes in and goes out. But that's Ellie, and that's my favorite.
Yeah, we got her
around here
space,
somewhere.
so
She's a little bit pissed off that we won't let her out tonight, but we'll probably let her out before we go to bed.
Because it's not gonna be too cold tonight.
It's not going to be real cold, but.
Did what was there was something else about we were gonna say about tonight.
We had fun.
Sawyer made the rounds.
Sawyer got to go see, you remember, we got lottery tickets, we won free tickets. You remember we were staying at my parents' downstairs in the suite down there. Yeah, a nice basement. And so Sawyer got to go back there today, and he got to go hang out with all his old friends and stuff like that.
He knows that the neighbors all love him, so he goes and checks out like who's outside that he may be able to go chat with. We don't know the neighbors, but he knows them. He's like, I know them.
He's like,
let me take care of that. Make sure you feed them pumpkin seeds. I've heard that.
I'm gonna write all this down.
I've heard that before too.
I mean, you say I had them, and they stayed pretty healthy. The only time I really ever lost a chicken or two is when a predator would come and get them. I had one small chicken
Draft horse.
fall into the pool, like we had little baby pools that I would use for the ducks, and I had one fall in there and drown. But he
Oh,
was
he
kind,
did?
yeah, he was only about, he was probably about 4 weeks old. He was a little
I
chicken.
bet you were devastated.
Well, what happened was a bad storm came through, and it was just windy and all that out there. And when I showed up to do inventory, he fell in the pool and didn't make it. But I mean, when they're little, they're not real smart. Like one time, I had about 8 of them, and I put them into the yard. You know, when you introduce them to the flock, you put them out there, and then you got to check on them because there's groups of chickens. They stay together. So the little baby chicks, they kind of stay together. They really don't have part of the flock to go to if their moms aren't out there. So I would have to go check on them, and there'd be this little group of 8 little chicks all huddled in a
So the
different
moms
part.
are hoes?
Well, these were chicks that weren't born of those chickens.
Oh,
So I
gotcha.
introduced them now I had a really good rooster that took care of them and didn't let anyone beat them up.
I thought you were
So-
saying like they were out at the club when their chickens were running around unattended.
Well, that happens too. We got some good poultry club scenes out there.
You see, we laugh at the same dumb shit.
So there was a storm coming and I knew it. So I knew that at about 10 o'clock I had to go police them up and probably bring them in. And I had like a big 55-gallon aquarium that I would put them in when they were really little. And I fell asleep and the storm was coming. And I woke up in the middle of the storm. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm underneath the porch because that's where these particular ones would go. And with a flashlight, and I'm crawling in all this chicken shit trying to find them. And I'm finding them and this and that. And then I find one, guys. Okay, so this chicken is probably about 5 inches tall. He's not real big. And there's solid dirt all around him. And there's a little puddle that's like maybe 6 inches across. He's laying in the puddle.
But you saved him.
Oh, I pulled him out, but all he had to do was move to the right or left about 2 inches and he was on dry land and he wouldn't. He's just laying in the puddle.
Aww.
So I pulled him out and I had a heat lamp and I put it on him. And in about 10 minutes, they were fine.
That's cool.
So that I've taken care of them. I've taken care
He's
of them.
chewing up your hat,
Which one?
the Texas one.
Oh, that's okay.
That's all right. If you're just joining us on my Twitter, there are 2 pictures. It's a screenshot of a Facebook message conversation between Angela Gigi and Clint, who's the crazy ex. If you don't know, well, the ex
He's not
of
the crazy ex. He's the
If you
ex
don't know
of
what I'm
crazy.
talking about, it's probably best. But if you do,
Hey, Ellen.
those are screenshots. She reached out to him to let him know that his pictures, his info, everything was being doxed today. And his response is on there as well. And it's kind of interesting to see. Not a big topic for us to cover, but that is who they are. Some people were like, well, who is it, the conversation? It's Angela Gigi. She's right here in the chat. Stop, baby.
So if Clint happens to see this, you are in phase L right now.
Yeah, or 42 out of 100.
Or you are in advanced level K. I'm not sure which, but there's a small transition. And it's a long alphabet, so you got some
There
ways
she
to go
is.
there,
And
bud.
I know you probably think that, that it's going to end soon. No, it's not.
It's
It doesn't
not.
matter that y'all broke up that long ago or that you only dated for a few months. You have years. And then when she's bored with the next that she doesn't work out, she's going to smear you again.
And-
So it's just, you just get ready for it because you're going to think it goes away and it's going to start right back up again.
So, I mean, brother, I mean, you can reach out to me. I mean, I owe you a lot because once you got involved into the scene, she wasn't messing with us no more.
See, Glad goes right. He can't be too smart if she let her film them having da-da-da-da. Well, the
kinda
one
true.
that I saw that I was like, oh my God, was the one that she took where they were laying there. And you can tell he either didn't know it was being taken or she did it real quick or whatever. And it's just, again, you guys, like a low quality snuff film is what it reminds me of. Everything that goes on in that situation with her and them and only, it's very, very, predatory. I mean, not she's not the predator, but
no, it is. It is very much.
It's like a grainy bad movie that you don't like. It's so twisted you can't even like wrap your mind around it.
What did you say that?
Hey, Karen.
Anyway, I saw it was on Twitter, and I just was. You saw my response on Gigi. I just was Kermit
Thank
sipping
you,
the
German
tea.
lady. Yeah.
Told y'all.
Yeah.
Told
And
Told
it's not gonna stop anytime soon. So
The best thing you can hope for is that someone else runs into her
yeah,
and takes her off
that
your
she'll
hands.
move on.
Yeah, because she ain't going nowhere.
It's
You
like
remember before we had crossed over, before we got together, in that time in between, I remember Shannon said something like, "Hey guys, don't feel too bad for Sean because at least when she's going after him, she's leaving everybody else
Yep.
alone."
yeah,
Y'all
Blair
remember.
Witch quality. Thank you, Lavender. Very
German
like,
lady is here.
like the pictures are just like taken real quick and they're but it when you read it and it makes it clearer
Hey,
in that
Karen.
message that he doesn't have a fiance. They broke up a long time ago. Everything she's saying is made up. It's like one of that part in those movies when all of a sudden you realize that the heroine's really crazy. You know what I mean? And you're like, yeah, and then you realize everything's fake or whatever. Yeah.
Like the birds or something like that. German lady, what time is this? Like maybe like what 3:30? What's the 6 hour time difference in Germany right now?
She's in
or
the
is it
United
4?
Kingdom. She's German, but she lives
Yeah,
in the
but
UK.
yeah, but it's like I think it's the same time zone though.
It's 6 hours, I think, right?
I think it's 6. I think it's 6.
It's 6
So
hours.
it'd be later afternoon or mid afternoon there.
I want the ones on there. It is Let It Go. It absolutely is, especially in Onslow County. Everybody kind of expects her to move. She spent every hour on the hour exposing him today. Let me tell you about, well, as far as that goes, let's not have too much pity for the tea that was spilled by her. I was like, this is golden, y'all. Don't stop. I mean, just when you think that it can't be any more of a shit show, the whole situation, you get her rolling out of bed, ready to rip the world apart.
You showed me the screenshot. What did I say about it when I looked at the screenshot? What did I say? She just hadn't slept.
She hadn't slept in days.
Now, about 5 days ago, there was a shot of her on Twitter, and I looked at the eyes, and I said, yeah, she's got about 5 days. She got about 4 or 5 days, maybe a week, and it's going to be bad.
gonna
And
be
it
real
just
bad.
so happens that it was Christmas, 4 or 5 days later, but
But the other side of the leaf is that today you spent the entire day with your parents, with your wife, no drama.
And
No.
I remember I would try to get home for Christmas at some point. And like William, I feel bad for William right now because apparently he was trying to be home for Christmas and Tam got tossed out of their house, didn't?
This is what
I'm sorry. I look at William sometimes and be like, bro, man,
yeah, it was on Facebook. I can't find it.
You want to come up here now?
Well, yeah, but the conversation wasn't with her. It was Angela was messaging on Facebook, was messaging Clint, so she wasn't anywhere in the mix or whatever. But he doesn't like to have our attention diverted. But then his mother gave a toast before we ate. We opened presents and then gave a toast, and she welcomed all the new people into the family.
Because my daughter got married this
And
year
she
too.
teared up and said that me and the other daughter-in-law, she said that she couldn't have asked for better daughter-in-laws. And then she said, what did she say? You helped the gene pool or something like that. Something like that. And so that was really cool. It was just a good time. But they're the type that literally do go chair to chair to chair to chair. Everybody opens a gift. And everybody watches until all the gifts are opened. And I've heard tales of that. I've never actually done it.
What you got, buddy?
This is right here.
Uncle Sean and Aunt Mandy.
Yeah, but don't say
I don't know that one.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. So anyways, the part of the day that was though like the most, I guess, like touching was when she did the toast.
Yeah.
I did sparkling grape juice. I love that stuff. And Sean you did grape juice or nothing.
Water.
Water.
But I mean, I think that for a long time, and including when I was in the Army before, it was hard to come home for Christmas. And Mandy and I were talking about how this is our 3rd Christmas together already. And the first couple of them were very hectic. Like,
Sawyer.
holidays were the holidays, but y'all remember last year at this time, we had just moved to Georgia. My dad had COVID. My mom got COVID. It was good to be around everybody, but when we pulled into Georgia, it was my mom and my dad and me and Mandy quarantined in their home. And they both got sick, and Mandy and I did not, or we didn't feel like
No,
we
we
had any
didn't.
symptoms. You ended up with antibodies, I did not.
Right.
And the first Christmas, we had just got into Austin, and we had started the channel, but it was very hectic again. And we went to Galveston. The first Christmas, we got Sawyer Brown. So this is our third Christmas, and this one was kind of, besides me working a ton of hours and you working a ton of hours, this was a really good Christmas.
Yeah. That they retracted, Dawson League retracted their comment, but let it go. Asked if we wanted them to be removed or whatever.
No.
Not as of yet. Hello, Ricky. How are you? Ricky, Mama Smith says to send you her love. She's doing fantastic. She wishes all of you a Merry Christmas. Again, if you don't know who she is, don't worry about it. But Ricky knows.
Yeah.
He liked that whole role playing thing or whatever. Not like that, but when we sent the ring back.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I would post, oh, she's a wonderful lady, and I've never talked to the lady. I don't know anything about her.
Yeah, but I did get a nice message from her when she got the ring back.
Yeah, she did.
Though.
That
it
was the
nice.
right
She
thing
was,
to do.
She wished Mandy and I well, and told me that she was sorry things worked, because I never had a problem with them.
Yeah,
Never had a problem with them. Never had a problem with my ex-in-laws.
you're the golden child.
Wasn't hard in that one.
Oh my God!
Wasn't hard.
But like I guess both of them, nobody had real strong families.
That's kind of true, but I mean,
See,
there
Rick
parts
said
of the
did it,
family
Mama
were
said-
strong, especially in the first one. I mean, sister was strong.
Yeah, that's
So.
cool. She did appreciate it. I don't think she thought she was gonna see that ring again. It was
See, what had happened is when I was going
What had
through,
happened?
what had happened was when Mandy and I had just met, I think, or just crossed over, but it was sometime early on where,
it was in your cup holder.
but I got a Facebook message from her and said, hey, I understand that, things you didn't work out. I would like my dad's ring back. And I said to her, I think it took me a second to respond, but then after a while I said, respectfully, when the time is right, and I will send it. And it was about a year later, I guess, than I did. And so she didn't bother me about it. And then, I sent it to her a year later.
Sent it back with a card. I think we had posted what we sent. We made a nice card and said, this belongs with you, and sent it, and she was touched.
I was happy to get it in, because I knew that if I just gave it back to the ex, that it would have never made it back to her
Out of
mom.
spite.
It would have never made it back.
So we did send that back. Gold was at a good amount of money at that time.
This was.
You sold that ring.
I
You
sold
sold both
my-
of your rings.
I sold my wedding band. We got $115. Didn't you
Yeah,
get you had
I got
a
a
Brazilian.
Brazilian with
She
it.
got a Brazilian,
That-
and we got Brazilian and lunch, I think.
That video
I got a
somewhere,
Brazilian and
whatever.
lunch.
And she did go live earlier. Let it go is my understanding. She did deserve the ring back and all of that, but the beauty of it was that I could be the one to send it to her. Well, both of us, but I organized it.
Let It Go said she would have pawned it, probably.
She probably would have.
After the whole Lily thing, there was one little part of my humanity that was saying, well, there's something there. But no, I just don't. I mean, with this dude right now, she just doesn't matter. I mean, the respect she has for other people is nil. So, it was the right decision to send it directly back.
Angela, can you do me a favor and ask Clint next time you chat with him what the deal was with the dogs?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's cool. I guess
If
I
you
would.
really
I
truly
would.
what happened with the dogs, what the story was with
I
that.
would listen to that. I would like to hear that. I would like to
Yeah.
hear that.
I mean, Sean feels for him.
Well, the only time, and during this whole time, that I really got emotional. I mean, divorces are tough. I wanted a divorce, and I'm with the love of my life, but it just was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But the only
divorce is
time
still
that
a
it
divorce.
really got to me emotionally, Mandy will tell you, is when I found out that Lily was gone.
Yeah.
That was hard. I never really worried that Bear wouldn't go to Becca. I've said that a dozen times. I never really worried about that. I knew that Becca always kind of took care of Bear, so.
And he was he really liked her. He liked you and he liked her.
He was very protective of her.
Yeah, which
He
is
was very
good.
protective of it was like a reverse pecking order. Like he was my dog and he would stay with me, but the smaller the person you were, that like he would protect.
The next
Like he would protect me if we were out, but he wouldn't protect me from the rest of the family members. That was, but he, didn't really let me. If I got upset or I started to, raise my voice, he would be like, he'd put himself in between me.
Which
and
is
them.
another reason we always said it would have been impossible for Sean to be domestically abusive. That dog would have destroyed him.
Yeah, I would have had to have put Bear completely in another room.
So that was just another reason why it was like Sean wouldn't have made it out alive. And that's good in a way. You want a dog that protects the other people in the household like that. But
Yeah, Seabury said being falsely arrested was no fun. And so I went to jail. I went to jail and stayed in jail for several days at one point. And that's why I say when people say to me, how do you condone all these people going after somebody who's mentally ill or whatever? If you, the ones that she's touched their lives personally, I have no problem with them haranguing her. And that includes my wife because, she tried to get us all away from Texas, and I know how that Mandi, how she took it very well, and we dealt with it. But it's not fun, and it takes a really strong. Most people that would be by my side during that, if that was to happen, they'd be like, "Look, dude, you need to go handle this, and come find me afterwards, or whatever." So.
it was strange because I was sitting there in the courtroom waiting for them to tell what time it was and everything, wanting like the acid in my stomach churning. Because I don't get in legal trouble. I've never been in legal trouble. I shouldn't have been in legal trouble this time either, but North Carolina's got a really crazy
They're back. The laws there,
system.
and even to our attorney's admission, he said that the laws are very archaic,
And so, like, we didn't have to appear in person, but our attorney advised us because he was ready to wrap
perfect.
this whole thing up. But I know we've told that before, but when I sat there, like, just like, I'm freaking sitting in a courtroom. I'm going to be sitting on the defendant's side, and I did nothing.
right.
And they said I did nothing. They said as much. It was completely
Yeah, the judge, everybody
dismissed.
said there was nothing to it. The thing was, it was a big pain in the butt to fly from Texas to North Carolina, and we weren't sure if we were going to do it. And our attorney, he's a good attorney, and he was not saying stuff like, "Here's my plan, and this is how it's going to work." He was like,
He said, "Come and you'll be
said,
done."
He said, "Come here. I can't advise you not to, and it will be worth. It'll be worth our while if you make the trip because we can accomplish some things if you do." And his whole idea was for us to get there, sit in the courtroom, and him be able to go to the judge and go, "Look, they just came from Texas. Let this man go."
Yeah.
So, and he's a really good attorney. There's a method to their madness, and their clients aren't always going to be privy to exactly the steps that they're taking.
No.
But he knows what he's doing. So
Look at this baby, this snuggly baby. Are you a
That's Scout.
snuggly baby?
we told the story about how we got Scout,
yeah,
right?
we did. He's such a sweet baby.
He is a sweetie. Look how he is. He
He's
just kind of
such a sweet baby.
he kind of lays there
He
with
comes
her.
and finds me when I in
Look
once
at
in-
him.
Look
Look at him. He's crawling
He's gonna
up on
try
her
to
back.
go get the lights behind me. He's so sweet though. He's so sweet and snuggly. I love all our cats. Ginger. Eleanor, I wouldn't call her very snuggly. Storm can
She
be,
is kinda with
but
me.
Storm is aloof. But this one is straight up like
Where is
loves
Ellie? Where's
affection.
Ellie at?
She's
She's
asleep up there. Don't
crashed up.
bother her. She says she's going out tonight.
Her ear just poked up.
Thank you. They're talking about how cute. We got it. We have a zoo. We have a place, or we have a welcome mat that says, "Yeah, it's basically a zoo in here."
So if you think about it, when we're in a few months, it's 3 cats, a dog, We're gonna have about a half a dozen chickens. We'd like to get at least one aquarium, probably two.
Yeah.
You want a turtle, right? We want
Yes.
a turtle. So yeah, I mean, it's the one thing that we agree on. It's a good thing that we agree on that we like a whole lot of animals. Just we can't have a snake. She said no snake.
Casey said, just a legit question. Did you see it? How long has it been since the beast saw her parents? Not that long.
I
No,
mean,
but when you were with her, how long it had been?
oh wow,
Not real long.
Yeah,
It had been?
it was couple years,
Yeah.
I think. I guess. I can't remember for sure. I know the last trip that she went before we were on YouTube. I remember that trip, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think she did once.
No, I'm not. I don't think.
I mean, she let us see everything that went on in her life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I saw this really sexy guy that was mistreated one time on a couple of the streams. Like, she was like treating him like shit. So you know what I did?
You did, what'd you do?
Well, I was like, are y'all for sure done? And he was like, I can't do this. And I said, do you maybe want to come visit me in Texas?
And I went,
I didn't say it was you.
I went, oof.
I didn't say it was him.
But you do that often?
What?
You do that if it wasn't me? Who was it?
Shut up. But that was where I saw him, and I mean, I always respected him, and I always thought, what the fuck? And I didn't take a vested interest in his marriage failing. I was like, everybody, when it would happen, they would be like, you need to be done, whatever, and it's like, okay,
This is true.
that is his shit show.
Because we had some of the same circles that we ran in. We talked to like some of the same people. And whenever everyone was trying to give me advice, you know, Mandy was always like, you can't make that decision for him.
No. Their marriage is their marriage. You
yeah.
can't make that decision.
Yeah.
But then when I realized I was feeling some kind of way when, you know, the last shit show went down, I was like, before I like fall for you, don't be, you know, like, oh no. And I was like, and then one of the vlogs he made for me, like one of the personal, like, hey Helen, Merry Christmas, that he made for me. He said that and he said this before, but I'm going to say the way I saw it, because you probably don't remember exactly how I said it. He said that one thing that I did also for you is, even if it wasn't me, I said, you know what, you're fine. You're going to, get a job.
That's true. You know, like,
you can get
all the stuff that,
you know, you got it going on.
all the stuff that the narcissist does for you, you know, to you, make you feel like you're inept and stuff like that, or try to, even if we never worked out, you know, and we hooked up at the end of it all, as I said, if we didn't work out, you are A-okay in every department. And which, you know, not for nothing, but that's good. It made me realize that going forward, that there was nothing wrong with me.
Yeah. CEO, I can't speak for Sean, does he miss her or not, but that you spelled her name wrong. So if you're gonna drop some trolling and leaving, you need to at least get the.
Yeah, you
Who's
spelled
hissing?
it. Huh?
I think someone. No, nobody could have been hissing.
That's the chair going like this.
No, that didn't sound like a hiss.
There was a hiss?
That's what it sounded like. But thank you, Toodles. So yeah, that was the biggest. I said, I'm not sure why you think that you're not worthy. Worthy and complete. No, just joking. I'm not sure why you don't think that you're like worthy of a decent relationship, a good job. Not that he can work wherever he wants. That wasn't the thing. I was like, you're extremely intelligent. You know, whatever. And then that was when I was like, and then when I tried to give you the same pep talk, I was like, okay, but while we're on the subject, can I be the one you try it with?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is
I was like,
very,
well, I think that, and she goes, well, you can come to
very
Texas if you want. And we just kind
Yeah.
of kick it and see
I
how it
was
goes.
like, yeah, I mean, he didn't know the whole story. I saw what people saw what I wanted to share.
That's true.
But it was not a huge leap when it was like, well, we're gonna go ahead and file. Y'all saw how quick it happened.
Thank you, Kevin. He says Sean looks like a new man, a happy, free, and loved man. I'm happy. You guys that follow me on Facebook, I posted that today for Christmas. And you don't have to follow me. My Facebook is open. It's not a private Facebook. But yeah, I've been with this woman. This is our third Christmas, so 2.5 years. In May will be 3 years.
Yeah.
And it feels brand new. There's nothing nothing really
Hey,
routine.
boho.
There's really nothing routine about us. It's all so kind of new, and I mean, I still lust after her too, you know. And the only thing that's routine is my work. That's
Yeah.
becoming a routine for me.
Yeah.
But I go to work every day knowing I come home to her every day.
And
And-
when I hear him pulling up and coming in, I'm so excited.
And that's
Sometimes
you know,
we're
there's-
almost so excited it's like for the first 30 seconds it's almost awkward.
it's a
we're
little
like,
awkward, yeah. But
because
I mean,
we're so excited and you're like,
those of you, hey boho, those of you that have been married for, you know, you know, stuff that y'all take for granted. And I know that marriage, you know, even if you've been together for a long time, it's hard work. But you know, a lot of people probably listen to us and go, well, duh, it's how it's supposed to be.
yeah.
But if you didn't ever know that, if you didn't feel it like that,
That's
it's
what
very,
he-
very cool.
That's what he said in one of those vlogs. He was like, I don't feel like I'm 50. I feel like I'm 18.
Well,
And he was
in the
so
relationship,
excited. I
do,
he was
every day.
So, well, I know, but even then, we were both just like, from basically May the 9th on, maybe
Hey,
the
Megan.
10th or 11th, we, hey, Megan, it was all about, okay, how are we going to get together? Not
Yeah.
just temporarily, no. So by August, we had an apartment.
By
'Cause
August,
by the time-
May, first crossover, May 9th. August 8th, we moved in, so 90 days, 3 months to the day, 2 months to the time we physically
Isn't
met
that
up.
crazy?
We were
That was-
renting a place, we were getting a place in Texas. And I remember, and it was very fair. I remember during this whole thing, everyone was like, you know, because it was all pretty much focused on me and you and my ex. And remember when Randy, she put in a tweet, she goes, someone else got left that we're leaving out, and she was talking about your ex. And it was valid. That was a valid thing to ask. But I think I responded to it saying, so she's supposed to get on there and start talking about how bad her marriage was and this and that. It just wasn't, and that seemed, you know, she was like, yeah, you're right. But it was a
Yeah.
question that she brought up about a month in. It's like, what about her husband?
Niece, right?
So-
It's not good pillow talk. It says me and my ex never talk about our exes.
Yeah.
Well, other than here, we don't either. It's not good pillow talk.
Well, I go like I don't talk about my ex at work. I mean, there's a few people that, hey, you know, like, we'll talk about bad relationships, you know, like, we'll be sitting around and I'll be like, I got everyone trumped. And they're like, why? And I said, well, I was on TV. But besides that, you know, there's no reason to talk about your ex. But what
Thank you,
what
Boho.
people do mention is about how much I talk about you there. Like how much I talk about going home and,
Yeah.
you know, I need to get off at a reasonable hour. And the whole thing that Mandy, I work a lot of hours. Like, I think last week I worked 65 hours. Mandy is like, it's not about working late. You work, but just don't tell me you're coming home at 5 and then not.
Yeah,
And then come home at 6:30 or something. Don't do that. And that's fair.
yeah. But
So,
you worked pretty late last night too. But it like I said, the time we have together is like.
I got out of there at 6, which, yeah, it should have been. I mean,
And
I
then we
just-
had Christmas morning. Sawyer opened his present. Yeah, see, it's the Sean here and now is the Sean I'm proud to call a friend.
Same, Rick.
So he opened his gifts. He did really good for me because he knew how to get to my heart, which was a great big Ulta and Polo gift
Danny
card.
says,
I love Polo.
Danny Alliance says, yeah, Matt, but man, you got a doozy of an ex. That is true.
He's
It-
got
it's-
he's got the grand poopah of.
I mean, we'll be sitting around and because I listen, I'm a little bit like, people talk to me a little bit at work, you know, and they have, you know, they vent, and they're like, yeah, you know, and they talk to me about, like, a couple of them have bad relationships, and I just kind of talk to them, and they're like, this doesn't make you mad or blah, 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 you know, so I said, no. Well, why not? I said, it's nothing that, if I got into it with you, and then eventually they prod, they go, well, what? How bad can it be? And I just show them the YouTube trailer, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh my God. So,
Yeah.
and,
He
and
was-
there's every
he was
once in a
on-
while there's somebody that's seen it that
He
watches
was
Dr.
on
Phil.
daytime for his bad marriage.
I know.
It made it
I was
to
like, this is how
daytime.
bad it was, and they're like, oh, okay.
It was crazy. But they he does talk. I'm gonna go into his. I haven't been in yet because the hours don't work out. I couldn't. The hours didn't work out. Will you remove?
I let it go. It's okay.
No, I know, but I'm talking
Which
about.
one?
I think she's like fell asleep or something, and she's laying on her keyboard.
Oh, I saw
So
that.
I was like, remove it. She wouldn't want that.
Presley is.
She probably
Presley
falls,
fell
or
asleep on her.
it's in her purse and it's typing a bunch of gibberish in her purse. It happens. Yeah, you know what?
She's pulling a Beth on us.
What does that mean?
Remember when Beth would go and
Oh.
text?
Yeah, no, but I mean that you can tell
She's
that.
back. She just said placeholders. Yeah, and then Presley just like, oh no. I
Yeah.
said, yeah, go back and look what you did.
Yeah, you can tell that's gibberish from an accident, not talking about syrup,
Yeah.
syrup.
Yeah. Helen's like, oh my God. If y'all remember that, it was, anyway, everyone does. We don't need to bring that one up.
About Beth?
About Beth, yeah.
Oh my God, how many times did she?
Especially when she's in beef with somebody, and then all of a sudden she's just, you're seeing her type in chats, and it's like, and it's like, what?
Yep, yeah, isn't it? She is extremely consumed with us. She needs to let it go. Oh, okay, Angela, thank you. I'm just glad that, Clint got warned. He needed to be warned that she's messing with his life. And Angela was she did it. She was such a selfless woman doing the Lord's work, reaching out to him.
Yeah, we appreciate.
Keep reaching out, Angela. Keep reaching out.
You got to spread the love. Spread the love.
Yeah, she did, Helen. She
Meat
said
stick.
Beth said that she sleep texts or whatever. It's like, you may sleep text, but it's what you've piled in your system when you sleep text.
Don't sleep text. Don't get in a fight with people and then sleep text. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Come here, bud.
Poor Beth. And you know what? She's got her place in the community. She's the she's the one that keeps on keeping on, waiting for the response of the dog. Okay, cool. I just, every time, something the whole, I don't even have a fiance. I don't know what she's talking about. She's crazy. All I can see is Glenn Close with those spiral blonde curls sitting there in that white dress, that was when she was in a shirt. She was turning the light on and off on the floor. When she was in the white dress, she was with the knife or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know it's not politically correct to say bunny boiler status, but the placeholder is bunny boiler status at this time.
Danny said, is she still in the nursing home? I guess she's talking about Beth. I
She's
think
at the fat farm. She's in rehab nursing because she's grotesquely
She
diabetic
can't take
from
care of
being
herself,
obese.
and yeah, that's right. And so
Yeah.
they're trying to save her life, and instead of concentrating on that, she's got to
Thank
take
you,
to the
Yoder.
airwaves. And I'll admit, I get
I
frustrated
won't
at
be
people.
ignored, Alex. No.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
When people are on there going,
Come here.
you guys are making fun of us. No, we're not making that. This person's attacking us, and we're reciprocating. And if someone's not close enough in their life to say shut it down, if they want to be big enough to attack people and go after people, they can be big enough to get attacked right back.
This is
You know.
Sawyer. He knows Buddha. He's Buddha's little warrior. Don't let his size fool you.
Yeah.
He's Buddha's little warrior.
And Sean's like, you think you have X is bad, I've got to tell her. It's right.
Mandy, I came in late. Did you mention that Sean gave? Yes. Sean gave me the two best things was a very nice Polo Store gift card and Ulta gift card, because he knows that I feel guilty when I spend at Ulta.
She feels guilty even though I have no problem with it. So I just gave her,
And the
I
new
just put a
home
pretty
ornament.
good amount on each of the cards and say, here's one for Ulta.
Isn't he cute?
Here's one for the Ralph Lauren Polo store.
I did get
gave it
him
to
a North Georgia hat. Sean went to North Georgia for a very short amount of time before he joined the Army. And I work right there, near the, where he went. So I got him a North Georgia hat.
It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
It's around here somewhere.
That's where he was going to school when all of a sudden he was like, yeah, I probably should get my act together. Right?
Yeah.
You're like, let me take a breather.
Yeah.
We talked about that the other day.
I'm just
But at
looking
least Mandy isn't buying crowns and shit. I've got some pretty ones that were sent to me.
Y'all sent them to her.
Should I put one on?
Go get one, babe.
Should I put one on or should
She
I?
should go put a crown on. We'll go
I
put a
don't have
crown
an
on.
ugly seashell one from Providence, but I do have.
It's up in the closet, isn't it?
Yeah, but she's gonna go through the stratosphere if I put it on. That's what she
What?
does.
Who cares? Here's the only problem. Maybe I'll go get it. See, because if you go up and get it, I'll be like Ricky trying to
Well,
carry
you
shoot
got
the
it.
shit
Then go
without
pick
Pam
it out.
there.
You have to pick up. You know where they are, right?
They're up on the top
On
shelf,
the
right?
shelf. Yeah. You can do it.
Rick will be like, well.
He'll be like, "What's
hurry up,
everybody
Pam.
doing?" Okay, he's gonna get me
All right.
one. We'll let him pick it out. A Christmas crown. I should put a veil on it. Make it look really, really good. But I got some from Janet, and I got one of them I actually bought. One was from Janet, one I bought. I think Paula definitely sent a couple, and I was like, oh, I'll don them if you send them. And it was so okay, Presley. Have a good night. And it's so funny though because, look, I'm pretty much usually trolling. My motivational memes and stuff, I'm trolling. I don't actually think that they are profound words of wisdom. I'm parroting that situation. So I'm not quite sure why a country woman always goes back and forth. It's I'm not, so by all means hide her when she comes back. Thank you. For real, do. But it's like I can't help but do it because it's so funny, and it's one of those things I can do, play and have fun, throw up a motivational meme, and then get a reaction like that, like they're actually good. I put one about vacuuming corners. Did y'all see that one? Thank you, Aspasia. And some of the funniest ones I did the I don't need to be empowered to play with sex toys, just horny. I liked that one.
That's a pretty good one.
This is a pretty one, Sean.
I picked out the one I thought was most appropriate for Christmas.
It is really pretty. Look at that. Oh, she losing her mind. Should be all right.
Should be good.
She'll be all right. She just needs to take
I'm
some
over here.
Xanax and go to sleep.
I'm over here eating Rolos with my wife on Christmas.
I'm going to put my hair up and then put it in.
You should go put the overalls on for a minute.
She needs to take her meds and go to bed is what she needs to do. Okay. Let's do it like this. And like this. And Clint, again, if you need a good therapist.
I'm here for you, bub.
If you need a good he can refer you to someone that is
I owe
skilled.
you big time for taking her off,
Because I think that's what made her finally sign the papers. She thought you were going to keep her and then you dropped her
I said,
too.
but if I sign these papers, and then you're like, no, I don't think so.
It is true. You put a crown on yourself and you feel just a little bit more.
You are. You're
It bumps things up a level.
She is curly royalty. She is the crown princess.
That's true.
Of
Your dad
the
even
Curlys.
said that.
Even my dad said it. She is married
Thank
to
you.
the oldest Curly son, so you're technically the heir. We're the heirs to the throne.
That's what he said that one time. He said your mother-in-law is the queen and you're the crown princess, and that means that I got to get new drapes. Princesses have beautiful drapes.
That's right. We united the states of Georgia and Texas and made them stronger.
That's kind of hot, actually.
Through marriage.
That's hot.
You want to unite Georgia and Texas a little later? We're gonna.
Go ahead and block her. There's another one that goes back and forth, and I can't remember who it is. And I wouldn't care, except that it's so annoying that it's like going back and forth while we're.
I don't even see it. So they must have gotten her way early.
No, she was in here earlier going, "Hey guys," and then she bounced over to there.
Oh, to say hi or whatever?
Yeah, the placeholder's losing her shit.
Oh.
It's so sad. Oh no.
I guess
was heavy.
Boho said, our house is, I guess because
the
of the
other
video.
one is Artist 11's dumbass. If she comes in here, please hide Artist 11. She is something else. That's better. Yeah, Clint found himself. He dipped that, but apparently it wasn't true.
Yep.
It was like it wasn't true. Bunny Boiler is gonna get. Oh, she is, and he's in that area. So Sean was like, "I got to get the hell out of the state." This bitch be having people arrested.
Here's the thing, guys. We're over here doing our thing, and that triggers somebody to the point A relationship ended well over a month ago. People, you just gotta,
You talking about hers? It was 8 months ago it ended.
Oh, I see. That's how little I keep up with it.
6 or 8 months ago, something
Yeah,
like that. Almost a year, something like that. And it was only like a 6-month relationship.
I mean, you gotta look, for the people that say, who's moving on and who's not moving on. I mean, looking back at the past for educational or for
Yep,
review
Karen-
is one thing.
Yeah,
You know,
8
that's-
months ago for 8 months. Yeah, anybody that's going back and forth.
There's a
just
lot of
write
that
them.
that goes on, you know.
And then the thing is I feel like
Can you hand me my Coke over there?
Of course
It's on the
I
other side
can.
of your boat.
I feel like I wanted to tell about how Katie slipped and said that at dinner, but I can't do it without it sounding when she was like, I gave him oral, but she meant oral steroids, but she paused.
Oh, yeah,
after
yeah,
she
yeah.
said it. She
Everyone
had,
was like,
she
oh
had
my
a brain
God.
fart, and she was like,
When we say Katie, we mean my sister-in-law, Katie.
right. So I'll get your coat, just hold on. And so she was trying to think of, because they all have had respiratory stuff. So she was trying to say whatever, and she was going to say that she offered him oral steroids because she had an extra pack or whatever. And she goes, I offered him oral, and then she like brain farted, and we were like, we knew that she didn't mean that, but when we just went, and I said, okay, I can't even hide that.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
You just said, and your mom was laughing.
And my brother was like, no. And I'm like, Chris, lighten up, man.
It's funny.
If you blew that opportunity, no pun intended. But Toodle said we all need a crown to wear. We should do that one time. You know, Mandy and I have never done panels. Maybe we were talking about we were going to start doing it.
Angela, ask Clint if he wants
We would
to
start
do
with
it.
Clint if he wanted to. But we should have a live stream that you gals should here where everyone wears a crown. So if you have a crown, you can, you check in on the live stream with the crown on. I think y'all should do that.
I think is this money?
It might be.
He's got money in his pocket.
How
And he's
hard
happy to
is
see me. Stop. Yeah, it was, no, Angela, for real. I mean, it can be like a self-help panel where get Ferrera. I always say his name
Oh my
wrong.
God.
Ferrero?
Pontiac, I call him Ferrero.
What was his name though, for real?
Ferrera.
But I won't call him that because whatever. John.
Blow that
And
opportunity.
then
Yeah, right. I said you
there's
blew that one.
Bob, John, Sean. Do you hear all those rhyme? Bob, Sean, John, Clint. Bob, Sean, John.
Well, I wouldn't want to bother the parents of my ex stepchildren. I wouldn't bother them, but
No,
we could kick it all off by having Clint on a live stream.
Well, we're actually just being funny, but that is true that.
But I would step off of it, and I would let maybe you would co-host with another gal.
Well, it should be you, him, and HG Tudor.
Oh my God!
Can you imagine that? HG Tudor, Sean, and old redheaded Clint.
And the thing about HG Tudor, you guys know he's a narcissist, right? And a long time ago, was it me or you that said that what's her name's a narcissist? Who said it first? Was it me? The princess that he's doing.
Know.
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle. Sean had said.
I saw Meghan Markle's stuff, and I said that woman is a narcissist. I'm pretty good. If you're in a relationship long enough with a narcissist, you can start seeing other things, and with a pretty good degree. There's one or two narcissists that float around in our community.
Don't say who they are.
I'm not going to come out and say them, but that I'm pretty sure, and they're not too vicious to people.
Look him up.
But
Lego.
HG Tudor, he's a narcissist, right? He's self-proclaimed or was diagnosed a certain way. So I'm sitting there and we're watching like the royal family, and I said, Meghan Markle, that gal right there is a narcissist.
Their engagement.
And you were, and we were looking at the interviews and the way everything's kind of panning out for Harry and Darcy and
Meghan.
Mandi was kind of like going, you think? And then she's like, yeah, I think so. And then that HG Tudor started doing a whole series on Meghan Markle as a narcissist. So
yeah, he's great. What cracks me up about him is he's like, yeah, I'm a narcissist. People pay me to be a narcissist. Who is the joke really on?
right. Like when he was
Whiplash.
when he was on Ladies Night, and some of those gals were like, listen to his voice and this and that, and he was just like, meh.
Yeah,
everybody is fuel to him, and it's all about who he can get, how much money he can get, how many resources. That's what narcissists do. I was like, oh wow.
Ricky was saying again that you can spot when he switches. goes into altars.
Did he just
y'all
say
talk-
that?
Yeah. Y'all talk
Yes, dude. And before we were friends, I always felt that way about you. Because I have a family member that had, and so even way back, when we were feuding, you would be talking or whatever, and I was like, and I kind of had that diagnosis pegged a long time ago, dude.
That was when you really backed off of the whole thing.
Yeah, and that's why I decided, no matter what,
Hey,
I'm not really
Stitching.
gonna mess with you.
Stitching, if it's the one I'm
you know.
thinking of, I let Sean see a little bit. Is it someone who makes a bunch of vlogs to an ex-girlfriend that maybe was never even a girlfriend? Because I did watch some of those, and it's rather creepy.
HG, to clarify, HG is a narcissist, but he's also doing a series right now about Meghan Markle being a narcissist. And months before he did that, I was like, that she's a narcissist.
Yeah.
So if you believe that everything, then, and he knows a narcissist and calls him out, then I was right.
And it's one thing that, Sean had such a hard time visiting family and couldn't have his, his tennis shoes at home, those basketball shoes. That's bad enough. But this Harry gave up his whole royal title
Yes.
because she told him to do it.
And she was like,
He was like,
imagine the narcissist, imagine how
she convinced him.
how
to
advanced she is. She said, but I'm royalty.
No, your family
No, your
sucks.
family sucks. Come on, you're gonna
Get rid
you're
of it.
gonna
We're going
renounce
to
your throne.
Canada.
We're gonna go to North America. And even then the queen was like, you're not using our crest. You're not using our
And
name.
she said, though-
She goes, oh, yes, we are.
So then she drugged the hell out of the
She
queen
drugged
right
the
there
hell
on
out of the
Oprah.
queen. I know. It was
She
like
said, watch
that.
this. I'm going to drag
And
you
Harry's
now.
kind of sitting there like, well,
He doesn't know what to do.
because he's in the
Oh,
throes.
Justine, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Justine.
you. Yeah, he's like, but that's what I'm saying. Basketball shoes are one thing and not having, but giving up your entire claim to the.
I just put the basketball shoes in a storage locker until I met her,
This
and now I
dude
wear
turned,
them all the
he
time.
was like, okay,
This
well,
guy
I'm going to
gave
head
up-
out.
He gave up a whole country. He was like, "Nah, you can have my title. I don't want to be a
He's
prince
like, you know
anymore."
what? I'm going to head out. You
Yeah, I'm
do
gonna head out here. Take someone else.
But it's like she's so like, you talk about someone who was America's princess when she finally got with him, that people have said whoa, and real loyal royal family lovers. I love the royal family, and
You do.
when you see what she's doing in this family, I mean, you can say whatever you want to about Kate, but she is going to be the Queen of England. Well, not the Queen,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. And so it's like,
And William's the cool one too. He's the cool, or Harry. Harry was the cool one. It's Harry and Meghan.
Aspasia.
Yeah. Harry was
parents are
cool.
dead to her.
I know. Yeah. It's like, dude, he is the prince. He is a prince of a country.
He was until Prince William started having kids. He was third in line to the throne, I think. So, and she has these babies, and she's like, look what I got. I got a little royal here, and she's like, you play nice, because I've got, you know what I mean? Like,
It's crazy.
It's really kind of sad, and I guess we don't. Thank you, cat lady.
Cat lady.
We don't normally. I guess we really don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but you can see the way she keeps him in check. And sometimes after he has one too many, he's probably like, bitch, listen here.
Yep.
I don't want to hear your
Kevin
mouth.
said, I think Meghan groomed Harry. She knew that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I've
That's
heard.
what they do. And what happens is they meet, all right, they find their source, okay? She's like, I'm going for broke. I'm going to get me a prince. The prince. And the cool one. I mean, the one that is socially, you have William, and he's much like his dad. And then you have a Harry. He's kind of like the people's prince. He's served in the military on the ground. He did this, he did that. He's very relatable. She says, I'm going to go get him. Then she meets him. She mirrors what he likes. And imagine the prince. You're the prince of whatever. You can have anybody in Europe that you want just about. And someone comes on and whips you, and she portrays herself as the perfect person. Everything that he likes to do is what they do. They learn how to mirror the, if you look at certain people, and you look at this one that I used to be involved with, how they all of a sudden try to replicate certain things, certain people, certain interests. It's just fuel. And then she got him, and they said, I do. And since she just freaking tore him apart after
She is
that.
isolating Harry. Yeah, she absolutely is.
Yes, Kevin's right. It's like she's isolating, and then she's probably, you don't know. I mean, how much, when you're raised as the Prince of England, right? How much work a narcissist would have to do to actually degrade
And
you.
she did it.
To take
In no
away
time.
your self-esteem, though. I mean, and because if she wasn't able to do that successfully, she wouldn't stay around. She'd move on. So she's been able to make him believe that he's probably flawed.
And when they tell the story of how they met, you can kind of connect the dots. She orchestrated it through a common person that knew him. It wasn't like they just happened to run into each other. But I'll give her that. She freaking, Harry is like, bitch, you fucked my life, you selfish. Yeah, exactly. He's got to, after he's had a few drinks, go, look,
Right.
I'm so sick of your shit.
Who was doing the interview that we watched when the person asked a question and he started to answer, then he looked at her and she goes, we don't answer that. And he goes, well, we're not going to answer that.
And yeah, and it was like,
who was that was interviewing him? Which, it was some gal that, like Oprah
it was
or
their engagement interview that they always do.
Okay.
So they were telling the story, and he was like, we had a mutual relationship, but we respect their privacy. And he went, yes.
Yes. Or he'd do something, he'd start to answer a question. He's the prince. You sit over there, you're not married to him yet. You just be quiet. They want to hear the prince talk. They don't want to hear you talk.
Yeah.
And he would kind of look at her and she'd go, and he'd go, we're not going to, dictating every little bit. And then just said, you know what? We're not even going to live here. We're going to go in North America and live. And
Yeah.
your mom's a bitch.
She did block her, Meghan did block,
Or your
block
grandma's
her
a bitch.
father.
The queen.
We mean that, she didn't give up the whole family. He gave up his whole family. Her mom and her are still apparently fairly close because when she had that first baby, her mom, you know what? I have heard rumors that it's actually a surrogate giving birth to these children. And
What?
that's what I've heard. And that it.
All of them or just Harry?
No.
Or William?
Meghan's baby.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And that they were showing how it looked like she's wearing fake padding with her first pregnancy. And so they're trying to say that someone else altogether is carrying the baby. It's probably legitimately his and hers. It's a surrogate. But that she doesn't want to ruin her body, so she pretends to be pregnant. And then a
narcissist would do that. A
That's the
narcissist would
thing.
say, human life, in producing a child, it would be a tool.
Yep.
It would be fuel to say that I have this guy's baby or whatever, but not at the expense of ruining my body.
Exactly.
That's just not.
And they showed how it appeared that she there you go, that she wasn't pregnant. I don't know.
Shifting gears for 1 second. Do you guys watch Impulsive with Logan Paul? Jake Paul's the boxer, and then Jake and Logan. And then remember we talked about the Island Boys a couple weeks ago? They were on Impulsive, and then they got in a fight on the show and everything, and got in an argument. Did y'all see that? Because and two parts of that. And the other thing, do you think Jake Paul's a legitimate boxer? Because he's fighting like washed up MMA guys. Anyway, we can talk about that on a different stream, but
I'm listening.
It just popped into my head though, because we were talking about messed up stuff.
Yeah, but that's why you're a wealth of information.
Because I'm an island boy.
And don't let it, I know he admits to loving them, even though whatever, but he will straight up, I could be like handcuffed to the bed, leather on, the Island Boys go live, and he's like, 1 second.
And you know why? And you said it. Okay, here's what happened. It was Young Dolph, the rapper Young Dolph, was killed. Anyway. And so I started looking up a beef that he had with Soulja Boy Tell him. And so this Island Boy is Fly Soulja. So it's like the Twitter handles and Instagram are very, very similar because they hyperlink it. So you know what I'm talking about? The Island Boys, the guys that look like Lisa Simpson, Phineas and Ferb, they have the haircuts. So when I first watched them, I was appalled by them. And I was like, look at these morons. Look at these tools. They're idiots. But I kept watching and I kept watching. And then you find yourself kind of just checking in to see what they're doing and then kind of pulling for them a little bit. And she said, and I was like, these guys, they got tattoos all over their face and they really look corny. They have their mouth full of diamonds, so they don't really smile. He just goes like this.
I think that they film, and have y'all seen the things about those influencer homes. They're like houses in California where one person rents it, but they basically there's these little sub
Yes.
people living there that make money through their appearances. A lot. It's mostly preteens, from what I understand.
They were on TikTok.
That's what they're in.
They started on TikTok, and they were on a different YouTube channel that was very popular, and that sent them viral. But Mandy was like, they're gonna mess around and make it. Watch, they're gonna mess around and they're gonna hit it big. And so they have the song "Island Boys," and it's terrible. They don't sing it. It's all auto tune. They've got the "Wicked Way." They got a couple songs, so now on Instagram they like to have their little commercials. If you need a private message from us, just whatever. So then they got on Impulsive and Logan Paul's podcast. There's millions of people that watch that. They get millions of views.
Yeah, they got booed off stage somewhere.
And it's just like, how audacious and corny do you have to be to actually stick and make it big? I mean, the social media world, you can do it. Anyway, that's the Island Boys. Go check them out. And
I like listening to you talk about them.
But she's right. We can be sitting there quiet. All of a sudden, so Island Boys are live, and I'll go to Instagram Live, and you hear them.
See,
doing
that's
their
how
thing.
easy it is to get intrigued with like someone who like they don't have to particularly make you feel like any sort of way, but you get intrigued with them and you want to see what they do next.
And then when people start dragging them, you find yourself defending them.
Yeah, he does defend them.
I'm like, what? I mean, but he's got. I do think at 20 years old, tattoos all over their face, all on their forehead and their hair that way. I don't think. They're gonna flame out. But right now they're making about $100,000 a month or something, $85,000 a month. If they can do that for a little while and just bank it and not put gold and diamonds in their mouth and everything. So how the argument happened on Impulsive was one of the hosts, the third host, since they said, man, and if you guys don't make it, you guys can sell all your jewelry and whatever you got in the bank, and you guys are gonna do
I put that. She wants. Anyway, go ahead.
And you guys will have money for the rest of your life. Well, it offended one of them. So I've got more money than you, and we're going to make it. And one of them's got very, very thin skin. And the other one is like the brothers got his back 100. They aren't going to save it. They're right. But one of them that's going to be their downfall. He gets trolled very easily. And he gets mad, and so then he'll go live, and he'll have a meltdown live.
He'll be like, "This is my house." Well,
this
no,
is
it's
my
not.
house. You're going to give me some respect.
They are like, it is kind of their house.
We're not going to give you any respect because you look like a Nickelodeon character. That's why, and he does.
But Sean has a soft spot.
I do.
Don't make fun of the Island Boys.
Yes.
Who was it that was talking about it the other day? Christy? In C or whatever, was she saying that her husband walks around singing it?
Yeah, we were on our live stream the other day, and one of our people in the stream was like, my husband runs around singing "Island Boy" because I'm an island boy.
I think it's awesome. I mean, it's catchy, but I'm not as obsessed with it as he is.
Their channel on YouTube, it's Big Bag, like Big Bag Ent, E-N-T. So if you type in, should throw it in the description or whatever, but Big Bag Ent, and it shows them, and it shows Island Boys, Kodiak Red, and Fly Soldier, and they have a couple of videos on there as well. So
he's promoting them,
island boy.
He's plugging them.
I'm an island boy.
You're not an island boy.
And they're smiling. They're like, and because they want to show, and people are like, they look like a 4-year-old that hasn't learned how to smile yet.
I think they're big. I think part of it is they're trolling.
One of them is, but one of them gets pissed off.
Yeah, I mean, I think they know how ridiculous they look. I think it's a thing. Yeah, but you never know. You never freaking know.
But anyway, they're doing cameos. There's a link in his bio. So if you need, to say happy birthday to somebody or Merry Christmas, or you just want a message from Island Boys, hit them up. Link in the bio. And that's what I guess they'll do it.
Incidentally, listen.
Listen, Linda.
Well, you can listen, but it's okay. So this is
listen,
about
Linda, listen.
You like it? This Clint
gorgeous.
character. We all know what's going on with them because when they were together, because she posted pics of them
she told you everything.
and that and whatever, and talked about how it was like, like that it was such a, I'm trying to say this nicely, that it's like the biggest thing since sliced bread. I'm here to tell you, no, it's not. You're lying. Because the other thing that you're lying about is any issue there. So I understand that
Was everything she said about me true?
No. I understand that you're a narcissist and you want to demasculate, right? Emasculate, demasculate?
Demasculate.
By saying those things, but I'm here to tell you that's not true.
She's saying I'm good to go in every department.
I'm just
This
saying,
one.
if you're going to brag about what you're going to put a picture out about,
I get to go to
be
bed.
about it.
I get to
Be
go to
about
bed with this one.
Yeah.
I get to wake up
But I
with
get-
this one.
I love you. I love you. But I just have been meaning to
There
say
would have
that.
been a
and it
more
kept-
passionate kiss, but I got poked in the
I
eye
know.
by part of the crown.
It kept slipping my mind to bring that up, and I was like, "Oh, that's right, that's right." Because with the drunken video, it was like, "He's got a feather." I'm like, "No, he doesn't." About him, and then I was like, and then the whole like, "Oh, Sean couldn't do it." Yeah, he can.
And that's why, like,
And yeah, he
that's
is.
why we were saying. So say
That's tacky, I
me
know,
and-
but I did want to say
me
that.
and the Mrs. ATX here. Say we didn't last. You know, like I said, we were off in our YouTube doing whatever. And she said, "These this, he's that." I should say, "Mandy, can you just do me a solid and tell everybody that I'm not?" You know, that it's all lies. That
Well,
you know.
I think it's weird though. Like I had this friend that used to get drunk and tell everybody how endowed her husband was, and finally someone set her straight and said, "Why are you so stupid? Why do you do that? Why do you're shocked when these girls are chasing, but then you like go and
You
get
get all
drunk
jealous
and
with
talk
it,
about
yeah.
it or whatever." So I think that's weird to begin with when you're in a relationship, whether it's quasi-serious or whatever, or you thought he was going to be around, you put the pictures up, it got you some rent paid or whatever, but everybody saw it, and it just, it was,
But the thing about a narcissist is they say that and they smear you and they do all that, and then when someone comes along to debunk it, they hate it, and they hate it because they know it's not true. The only thing that was really true about it is I said we hadn't had sex in 6 months, and I was like, I didn't want to.
you said it was longer than that.
It was way longer.
I mean, I don't know, but no, it was way longer for me.
But it was like yeah, that's kind of true.
I mean,
Because
and who
you
says-
have to want to do it.
Who brags about the fact,
You know?
especially, so they're with somebody else that are like, we're not going to kiss and tell and be tacky, but it's good. Let me just say, we don't have OnlyFans because y'all won't get anything done. You'll be watching
Y'all
us
will be
all the
spending
time.
all your money on
But
us.
you've got
Your
the
power would
flips-
get shut off, you know.
I know. You got the flip side of
Hey,
this.
Val.
You have the flip side of her going, well, he couldn't get and this and that. Okay, he probably couldn't
I
because
was like, I didn't want to.
he didn't want to. And this guy,
I tried to be a good guy. I tried to be a decent husband, but damn.
this guy told you from the beginning what you were.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help it, placeholder, that you keep getting caught in these situations where you're just a means to an end. You're a place to sleep, a garage to park in, whatever it is. I can't help that you meet these married men and you think you have a shot with them. They're married.
But I mean, that's the thing, you know. I could have gone and I think there's a few people out there that say that what they like about me most here is because I didn't fire back, you know. I certainly could have built a channel on it. Yeah, my channel was doing okay anyway. Tomahawk Sean channel was fine. Y'all know that. But it was like meeting Mandy. It met my needs. She was anytime I felt like getting offended or upset, she'd go, right here. I'm right here.
Yeah.
She'd go, no, Sean, I'm right here. Come here. To the point where I never looked back. Never
Yeah.
looked back. So
Yeah.
thank you, Karen. I've tried to take the high road. And the thing
They
that
said-
would really draw me in more than anything was when she attacked Mandy.
Yeah.
That's what would almost draw me in. When she made my wife fly across the country to sit in a courthouse on some BS. That made me mad. When Lily was euthanized and killed, that made me mad. But other than that, it's long gone.
It's
long
long.
history.
Well, and it's so interesting, the thing, because, you have been in the courtroom with her on her side, doing your husbandly duty, but then you and I are in there, and we're together, and she tries to bust back in the courtroom saying, I need to talk to him. And Sean grabs me and to protect me.
I put myself in between the voice and
it's
where I
such
came
a
from.
different dynamic because he's literally like, okay, no, this is not going to happen.
I thought when I went back to the courtroom in North Carolina that there would be, the attorneys, the cops, the bailiffs would be looking at me some kind of way. They were all like, "It's good to see you. How are you doing?" They were on my side. They were like, "You're doing great. You look good." It was like, and it's a dubious thing to know them all so well because I was always in the courtroom, but they treated me with respect and they were kind to me. And that sent a huge message to me that like, you aren't what she portrays you to be, So
Yeah.
anyway.
No, I was just saying some of the comments that are coming are cracking me up. Kevin's like, her stuff's all over the internet, and so is Clint's weenie.
Oh my God. Poor Clint.
But so we
That might be good for Clint. I mean, I don't know. There might, if he's just out there trying to get some, there might be somebody else that sees that and like.
Yeah. It was neat because when I was like, I mean, I wasn't scared she was going to do anything bad. Well, too bad, but I was like, Sean, what if this crazy woman, comes at us or whatever? And Sean's like, oh, she's not going to get to you or whatever. And he didn't mean it other than,
How would I want to put,
that
I'll
he
put
was
Val's up
my
there.
protector. I think you did, babe.
Oh, is it? Oh, there it is. And I've been on YouTube, doing this stuff for 5 years. I don't know how to work any of this shit.
He doesn't. Have you ever seen him when he puts a picture up and he just screenshots the picture in his gallery
like,
and puts the whole thing out?
You didn't edit it. You didn't do any. The thing is that I just never had. If you Tomahawk Sean, you guys, I don't know what I got about like 2,700 subs or whatever.
Do you really?
Something like that, 2,500, something like that. I think. And I've never done a live stream. Never done a live stream.
I thought you did one and it got struck.
Well, that was years and years and years ago. And I didn't even do a live stream. I did a test at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and there was no sound and no picture at all. And they still struck it. Someone flagged it. So
it was so
I'm
poor
like,
thing.
I'm like, oh my God.
That was when Karen was your mod, right?
I didn't have any mods yet.
Oh, you hadn't even started that yet.
No, that's when Telfer wanted to be my mod.
Oh.
She wanted to be a mod.
I'll be your mod.
You can be more than my mod.
I'll be your mod.
I believe in miracles.
That's a neat song.
When we first went live here, I was like kind of tired. Now
You always do that.
Wide awake now though. But
You always are like, I'm like, do you want to go live? And you're like, yeah, we can. I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. And then he gets all pumped up when we're live. And then we like watching each other interact. And then, no, I'm just kidding. We're waiting till we get married.
I'm saving myself for marriage.
When he says that, it's so hilarious. I'll be like, hey, do you want to get with me? He's like, I'm saving myself from, and it's so corny the way he says it. Like a Tim Tebow or something.
Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow's wife on their wedding night said it was the best 7 seconds of her life.
That's right.
7.5 if you count.
It lasted longer than his NFL
Which
career.
I think is sweet.
It is sweet.
I mean, I think it's sweet, but at the same time,
because here's a guy, Tim Tebow. Y'all remember Tim Tebow,
I've never won a
right?
man that's been with nobody.
University of Florida, 2 Heismans, 2 national championships. He could have any woman on campus in all of the state of Florida and most of the country. He said, I'm saving myself for marriage. Because not only was he a great athlete, a pretty good looking dude. Or do you think, or no?
I liked that he took a stand for Christianity and for patriot. I did like that.
Yeah.
But he looked like a big goofy Duggar.
There's a couple people that tried to exploit that at Florida that were like, he's not a virgin, I did him. And then, of course, his supporters and his camp and his damage control was so strong.
And I don't see what he would have had to gain by lying about that. No. Sean, remember TT went dark for 90 days and you didn't stream out of respect for her?
And that was the time. And that was the time. That's right. That was the time, Karen. And I was going to go live and everybody was like, go live, we support you. And she went up to Ohio and that's right. And I was going to go live and I did a test in the middle of the night. I couldn't get the picture to work or the sound. And there was like 50 people
I
and
did
then
that.
the next day I got a strike for bullying. And I was like, I didn't say anything. You couldn't, there was no sound, you know? So that was the only time I ever tried to go live. And on this channel, it's pretty decent, you know, pretty good traffic, but we don't have panels or anything.
No.
It's just us sitting up
But
here
Clint
talking
will
to you
do
guys.
it.
We'll figure it out. She'd have to figure it out. What
Did
happened?
you? Tanner responded. I asked my son how he was doing maybe 3 days ago, and he just wrote back, "Yes, just really gassy right now."
Yeah.
What, son? I don't need to know that.
Yeah, you could have said Merry Christmas.
It's my son cracks me up. Oh, Hale says,
But that was the time, Karen.
"Hey,
during
that's what
that
we
time.
Sooner fans call our old coach, Tebow."
Really?
Why?
Lincoln Riley? You mean the guy that just left?
Look at Sean knowing all the stats.
Lincoln
again.
Riley just left Oklahoma to go coach at USC for whatever reason. I don't know.
What did I give you a lot of for Christmas?
Cards?
Yeah, baseball cards.
Y'all want to see them? Maybe next time.
I do want to show pictures of his baseball card room. You said you've got quite a few. No, he doesn't have the same. You didn't get stuff back because those
Right.
were one of a kind. But you, quantity wise, it's close, right?
Here's the thing: we financially we can have those now. But the other thing is even if we couldn't, the extra money she would make sure that I had those, and it's just it's amazing. She's amazing.
No, I'm not. You are. We're corny like that. We'll spend an hour saying
The boomer.
the
boomer
bitch out
sooner.
west.
You know, Oklahoma.
That's what Tebow, the bitch out west.
Oh, okay. You guys know that? Oh, the bitch. I got you. Because he left for USC. The University of Texas and the University of Oklahoma are joining the SEC. That's good. I mean, more power to you guys. You know, it'll help you recruiting and it'll make that conference like crazy good. So
You know a lot about that kind of stuff, which is cool. You need to do something with it.
who wants to do a sports vlog with me?
Yep. SEC now. See, there's people that pipe in about the sports that watch us that will comment when we're talking. Like when we talk about sports, they comment. And
There'll be people that
They're
are
there.
watching. Yeah, they're there. She's been telling me forever that I need to do like a sports vlog.
she's in the hat.
Oh, our kitten just
And I'll
literally curled up
Hold
inside
it.
my ball cap. Oh, he got out. Oh,
No, he didn't. He's right there.
turn it the other way.
I thought it goes this way.
Let me see.
No.
Can you guys see it?
Can you see him? Hi, baby. I freak out. They saw him. Okay. Oh, because I know what I did wrong. Here you go.
Kitty, what you doing, Kitty? What you doing, Kitty?
That's Kitty.
Anyway,
Sean, your restraint has been superhuman, and it shows the gentleman that you are.
thank you. And and the thing is like the people that said that we needed to just like shut off the channel and go live our lives in happiness. We've done that for several months. We just miss you guys.
We miss you.
I never, when you have a good woman and a busy job and a happy home life, you don't need to talk about the past. You don't need to bring your ex up. So.
No, you need to talk about rainbows and unicorns.
That's right.
Sean, have you ever heard of something, whether it be like a soft drink or something called unicorn tears? Have you ever heard that term?
Only
It's-
from like a certain person.
But I mean, like,
I don't know
it's
what
not
they
a,
are.
it's not an anomaly.
No, let me see.
Right?
Hold on. We're gonna.
No, there's other planes that have it. Sawyer Brown, what are you doing? He's like making the rounds. I also gave Sean a stocking full of goodies. We should eat those cashews.
Did she give us cashews?
I gave you cashews. In your
You mean
stocking set.
pistachios?
No, I gave you cashews.
Go get them.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Hold on. They're right over here.
Okay.
You have to talk to the people while I get them.
I'm looking up unicorn tiers. Right now, when I pull up my browser, it's Little Uzi Vert's net worth, because I was looking that up. Isn't he the one who's got the $24 million diamond he had a $24 million diamond that he had put right there, and it
Who?
got ripped out?
He was a football player?
No, he's a rapper.
He had it implanted in his skin?
It was a $24 million diamond. He was only worth $16 million, so he had to finance the diamond. And he was at a concert, and someone ripped it out of his forehead.
And took it?
Well, I think he got it back, but yeah.
I've never
I
heard
mean,
of
I'm
that.
just not.
See, look. This is what was in his stocking. Well, it wasn't in his stocking. I had to put it in a basket because there's too much of it.
Unicorn Tears is
Some
an
of it-
exotic and mysterious blend of natural fruit flavors.
See, it's not like unique.
Okay, let's see.
And then these cashews, but I'm not gonna eat them live because that's not very nice. Nobody wants to see that.
They also
but I'll
have,
take
it's
one.
gin. There's Unicorn Tears.
That's
is
where
a-
that's right. That's
It's
what
a
I
brand
thought.
of gin.
So it was like, it's not like that unusual or whatever. I
No.
said I was not gonna eat this, but just one. We're not gonna
I
be
want
on too
some.
much longer. Oh, there's Stormy. Here you go.
Okay.
You ready to go night night?
Well, do I have to go to work tomorrow?
Yeah, you gotta
I
go to work
do.
tomorrow.
I have to go to work tomorrow, guys.
But we've had fun hanging out with you.
Storm
Sorry
wants-
that I put the cashew
Does
in
Storm
there.
wants a cashew? Is that why she's up here?
Storm likes pork rinds. Oh, they are right there. The pork rinds are. Anyway, thank
Come
you
here,
for
Stormy
hanging
Brown.
out with you guys. Remember,
Thank you, guys.
you can look at my Twitter. Conversation between the ex and Angela is posted. The ex of the beast.
I mean, I would say that we're go live tomorrow, but we never do.
But we might.
We might go.
We might. Anyway, y'all have a good night.
I'm probably gonna be to work until like 1, 12 or 1, so.
Then that's good.
So,